Hi, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Thanks for being here as we're now 3 days deep into November. And as we're getting deeper into shower chances, we'll outline those shower chances through your weekend and through the first and the half of next week in just a few moments. Top headlines tonight will include a successful animal rescue, a sticky animal rescue this morning. We'll take you to the scene on Tip Top, closer to Big Caney, I suppose, is where we were. Several people indicted by a McGoffin County grand jury yesterday. We'll go through that list. And an arrest, as disturbing perhaps as any that I have aired on this program. We'll talk with the arresting officer in just a few moments. A couple of things before we get to our main stories for tonight. Some good news for the Paintsville Tigers. I'm doing some quick math. 3, 6, 8 in a row by my estimation. They've only had one loss on the football field on the gridiron this season, and they rolled right over Nicholas County. They played their game last night in the first round of the Commonwealth Gridiron Classic. 41-21, the Paintsville Tigers now advance over Nicholas County. And last night when I printed this off, didn't tell who they were taking on next week. But we'll talk about that later. Nevertheless, first round win for the Tigers at home against Nicholas County. It was delayed for a couple of different reasons that I've already covered, but the Sagersville City Council meeting has now been set. This will be, I do believe, doesn't say if it's a special session or regular. Nevertheless, without a meeting in October for various reasons, they have now called a meeting for this coming Monday night, the 6th at 5:30. Keep that in mind. We will have, of course, a camera there. They're also going to be adopting a resolution I noticed of tribute to the late Tommy Gerald, Tom Frazier, and some other items are on the agenda. We'll have a report on that on Tuesday of next week. I'll get to our first report. We'll go into indictments right after these words. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway, custom lift kits, bed liners, winches and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle, and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children. Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400.
There's a lot to be thankful for this November. Friends, family feasts, and fantastic savings from Appalachian Wireless. All this month, get the Samsung GS8 for just $49.99 or the GS8 Plus for just $149.99. Both phones now $100 off the regular price. 2-year agreement required. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
An '05 with 114,000 miles for under $3,000. Yeah, this week's special is the best way to describe this Ford Focus at Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville, where you can also get a slick deal on this slick-looking '02 Toyota Tacoma Extended Cab, and this very hard-to-find, sporty and roomy Dodge Magnum, this Hunter's Special, a '95 Wrangler, all the accessories, winch lights, and more. And take everybody with you and ride in style in an '06 Chevy Trailblazer, 4x4, third row, and more. At Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville. Fall and its colors have burst onto the scene at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville. Kids' mud pie styles and designs have just arrived, with even more on the way. Little Fashions, excellent for fall, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. And of course, they've got the sweetest of accessories. And ladies' fashions are here, and there's more coming in daily. Amazing sweaters and Carter coats, this fall's must-have item. Dresses, boots, and more on the way. There's just nothing like what you'll find at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville, just down from Fraser's Prater Drugstore and the Radio Shack. Several people indicted by Magoffin County grand jury yesterday, some but not all from Magoffin County, some but not all drug-related charges. 37-year-old Samantha J. Cantrell of West Liberty indicted on possession of a controlled substance in the first for having methamphetamine on her on the 28th day of June of this year. Also possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia, as testified by Deputy Neil Adams of the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department before the Magoffin County grand jury. 30-year-old Adam Chaffins of Wayland, jailed since September the 21st, along with some others that he was said to have conspired with, was charged with complicity to traffic in methamphetamine, first degree, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, possession of a controlled substance in the third for drug unspecified, possession of drug paraphernalia, carrying a concealed deadly weapon, possession of marijuana, and being a persistent felony offender in the second degree. Trooper Ryan Hale of Post 9 of the State Police says that on around the 21st day of September, he was accused of the before-mentioned charges alongside two other individuals who are also facing indictments. Those being 29-year-old Tiffany Hall of Wayland, jailed since September the 21st as well. Hall on a 4-count indictment of trafficking in methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance in the third degree, and carrying a concealed deadly weapon. And the third accused from the same incident, 38-year-old Justin Darrell Sloan of Garrett, Kentucky. He too jailed since September the 21st on charges now related to this indictment of trafficking in meth, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance, and carrying a concealed deadly weapon. Moving on, 33-year-old Justin M. Hall of Paintsville was indicted on account of possession in the first for being in possession of methamphetamine on December the 14th of last year, as well as being indicted on a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, per a grand jury statement by Trooper Dustin Thompson of Post 9. 43-year-old Bobby Shepard of Sayersville, jailed since June of this year, was indicted on charges of trafficking in methamphetamine, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia, as the charges were presented by Trooper Dustin Thompson. Shepard is also jailed on promoting contraband in the first degree, 2 separate counts, and other charges. And 35-year-old Rhonda Bays of Sayersville was indicted on possession of meth in the first, public intoxication of drugs, and possession of drug paraphernalia for an incident that I also covered, like all the other indictments, during the previous or initial arrest on the 7th day of June of this year. And lastly, Benji Salyers, or Benji Mans as he is also known, was indicted on 2 separate charges related to the incidents that took place on the same day. Just back on the 7th day of October, you recall me covering in depth, he is accused of attacking 2 individuals with a baseball bat. One, a female, to which police, that being investigating officer Tracy Salyer of the Sayersville Police Department, believe he approached from behind and without warning attacked her viciously and brutally, leaving her possibly for dead in the Dixie area. And if Salyer is found guilty, as I also covered earlier after the arrest, if he is found guilty of these charges, it looks as though it will revoke his, or the remainder of his, 20-year parole. Like our 100% safe and secure mobile banking app at Sayersville National, we're always working to make your life a little easier, and our mobile deposit feature gives you more freedom and more time to do what you love the most. Just open the app, confirm the amount, and click. You're done. A safe, no-hassle way to manage your money from anywhere in the... Well, you get the drift. Now get the app at Sayersville National Bank. 349-3131.
Hi, this is John Harris at Gateway Motors. We're having to get it out of the mud sale. Everything we have is covered in mud, so if you want a good deal, right now is the time to get it.
Yeah, no joke, no gimmick. The road construction is killing them, so John has cut another $1,000 off this super economical 2015 Mitsubishi. It's got less than 22,000 miles, new tires, and it's only $69.95. He cut this '08 Crew Cab Dodge 4x4. It's $5,000 below book. He cut $2,000 off this Ford Escape 4x4 XLT to $69.95. And this 2010 Honda Civic with ultra low miles, only $83,000. His price just too low to advertise. Call today for quick pre-credit approval, $0 down, low income approval, and most payments under $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sayersville, 349 Cars. A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months no interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. At my law office, we're determined to offer you and your family outstanding, cost-effective, and responsive legal services. I can help you if you've been injured in a car wreck. I'll be in your corner if you have a DUI or other criminal charges. You can file bankruptcy and stop those harassing phone calls, or I'll fight for you and your children in divorce and custody cases. For all your legal services, contact me when it matters. In Sayersville at 349-4522, and West Liberty at 743-1965.
As at least 1 out of every 5 people will likely get the flu this season, putting hundreds of thousands in the hospital and sadly proving fatal for another 50,000 more, now is the time for everyone 6 months and older to get their flu vaccination, so you'll be 60% less likely to have to worry about catching it. They've got flu shots ready, so all you have to do is come by and see the people who want to keep you from getting sick just as much as they want to make you well again when you are. Get your flu shot today at Hope Family Medical Center in Sayersville. To be perfectly honest, I sit here finding myself stunned, shocked, disturbed by a situation that local police say a woman put her small grandchild in last night, literally putting, as an officer with the Sayersville Police Department is about to tell us, literally putting crystal meth in the 4-year-old's snacks and other drugs and or drug paraphernalia in the fast food bag, both of which the child was in the process of eating from, trying to hide the drugs and paraphernalia from police. Officer Mike Nichols describes the situation after he made a traffic stop and what led up to that traffic stop last night as well. Officer Mike Nichols describes a Paintsville woman being so under the influence of crystal methamphetamine that she was jerking and twitching to the point that her false teeth flew or fell out of her mouth. Nichols was on a DUI stop last night and just wrapped that arrest up and noticed a woman who had got out of her car at a convenient mart in the Parkway staggering in the parking lot. By the time he turned around, the vehicle had pulled out, to which he made a traffic stop just a few feet thereafter, and immediately upon approaching the woman behind the wheel, he said she was twitching and jerking to the point he thought she might need medical attention.
She was very under the influence and intoxicated under something or other, because she started jerking real bad. I asked her if she needed EMS, and she didn't need it. She said she didn't need it. Then I contacted social services and got them involved, got them down there to take custody of the child. Well, I took her, and she was charged with 10 different counts, anything from careless driving to trafficking methamphetamine.
Now for the worst part. Nichols also said that as soon as he had approached the vehicle and asked her if she needed medical attention, all she could do was say, "I gotta go, no, I gotta go, I gotta go." She was given a field sobriety test immediately thereafter, and she failed. And then he pressed her for where the drugs were in the vehicle, to which she finally said, They're in the baby's food. 2 grams of crystal methamphetamine in a potato chip bag that the child was in the process of eating from.
2 to 3 grams of meth was found inside of the child's snacks, where he was actually picking out of and eating, and he was actually picking out snacks that was touching the meth bags that it was in. McDonald's, the bag that the McDonald's come in, she had stuck 2 pipes that she had smoked down beside the french fries and chicken nuggets of this child's meal. That's how close it was. There was pipes sitting beside the child behind the seat. There was baggies of residue and stuff sitting beside the child. I mean, it was within arm reach of the child, and well, the food was within his hands.
47-year-old Sandra Baldwin of Paintsville was charged with trafficking in a controlled substance in the first degree for the meth, possession in the first for meth, possession in the first for unspecified drugs that were found, another possession of a controlled substance charge in the third for unspecified drugs, and a 4th charge of possession of a controlled substance, endangering the welfare of the minor in her custody, driving under the influence, possession of drug paraphernalia, and is still lodged, as you can imagine, in the Big Sandy Regional Jail. Our next top story this evening will be that of a successful animal rescue. A sticky one at that. We'll get to that, and I think one more headline as well in a few moments. Right now, here's tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar, which also has some very important announcements as it pertains to a very important day next week. Happy birthday to Charlotte Reisner. A very happy birthday with a lot of love from your daughter Hope, son-in-law Corey, and a long list of folks who love you and wish you the best. Happy birthday to Charlotte Reisner. One last reminder, tomorrow is the last day for the big sale event at St. Luke's Open Door. Free books, coats and shoes, winter coats and shoes for 50 cents. Sheets for $1 and clothes by the bag for just $1. Tomorrow evening at 7, if the rain's going to have you down, they can lift you up at Pickin' and Grinnin'. Kearney Free Will Baptist Church. Pastor Butch Whitaker and everyone invite you to join them tomorrow evening at 7 for a little pickin' and a little grinning, and a lot of fellowship and fun at the same time as well. Going on to other announcements, a couple of holiday reminders for you, a couple of things wrapping up this weekend. Well, before we get to those, I guess, Pancake Day is tomorrow, 7 in the morning till 2 tomorrow afternoon, and it's a big meal. Veterans, of course, eat free at the Magoffin County Senior Citizen Center in the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center, of course brought to you by your Sagersville Kiwanis. Christmas in November is tomorrow at the South Magoffin Fire Department. Candles, crafts, plunder, jewelry, Tupperware, 31, Pampered Chef, Rata, LuLaRoe, Pink Zebra. The list goes on. Bottom line is you can get something for everyone in your Christmas list if you stop by the South Magoffin Fire Department, 11 till 4 tomorrow. Tomorrow is also the last day for the Magoffin County Extension Homemakers Christmas Bazaar. They had a big day today, I'm told, at the Extension office. And tomorrow you can stop by from, as I try to find, it is tomorrow from 9 till 2. And they're also having a hot dog dinner tomorrow for just $5 if you stop by. You can eat, Christmas shop, and have a great time at the Extension office for the Holiday Bazaar. I think that takes us to our first of a couple of very important and similar announcements. The Magoffin County chapter of our Disabled American Veterans will be honoring our veterans for their Veterans Day ceremony. And that, of course, is on the 11th day of November. That will be at 11 o'clock. And from what I understand, that will, of course, be Saturday. I almost didn't know what day the 11th was on. Saturday at 11 at the Ramey Park. And also on that day, our local Sagersville Masonic Lodge is having their annual Veterans Recognition or Honoring Dinner for all veterans and all active duty military personnel. You're asked to, after you leave, come by and have a meal with them at the Lodge Hall, of course, the jockey lot behind the Magoffin County Courthouse. That's 3 o'clock Saturday following the Veterans Day ceremony in the park. You got calendar announcements, you got birthdays or anniversaries you want to wish. Doesn't cost a dime. You just have to tell me so I can tell everyone else. Turning to local obituaries, I've been told today of the passing of 82-year-old Glenn Douglas Wheeler. of Littorals Fork, who passed away on today's date, married to Phyllis Blanton Wheeler, who survives. He's also survived by sons Randy Allen and Terry Douglas Wheeler. Visitation will be tomorrow after 5 and up until services that have been set for Sunday morning at 1, all from the Magoffin County Funeral Home, with burial at the Douglas Wheeler Cemetery on Littoral following services. 60-year-old William Riley Collins of Prestonsburg passed away on the 1st. He is survived by his mother, Rosanna Collins, his wife, Juanita Newsom Collins, and children, Ronald, Leo, and Cleo Hamilton, and a daughter, Amanda Blevins. Visitation is this evening, all day tomorrow, and before services start on Sunday at 2, all from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Whoever you're rooting for at the next big game, pick up some of our famous hot and spicy wings or try our new fish dinner at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe. Or you can always just get a little bit of everything. Hot wings, crispy buffalo wings, dippers, strips, fried pickles, jalapeno poppers, cheese sticks, potato wedges, and more. The game is always better with Lee's. They're rolling out big, beautiful truck bodies every day, the best America makes in steel and aluminum, with their largest ever local stock of angle, sheet, round, I-beam, expanded, steel, and aluminum in several different finishes for whatever you're working on. And if the dump body you're driving needs parts, they've got them in stock. And if you need a big project fabricated from scratch, they've got you covered at Logan in Salyersville since 1904. I met 3 men from Breathitt County earlier this morning, credited with calling in and helping save the life of a cow stuck in the muck. It was a very sticky situation that the Magoffin County Rescue Squad found in the Tip Top area. Actually, I believe closer to Big Caney. That's where this was the scene that they encountered, and we're glad to report that they had another successful recovery. Another animal rescue at the behest of the training and efforts of our local first responders. 3 men out scouting for some wildlife this morning in the Tip Top area over around Big Caney. Well, they found an animal in distress, and not the kind of animal they were looking for either. Craig Arnott, Robert Gross, and Robert Dwayne Gross came upon this cow stuck in the muck.
We was back here bow hunting a little bit, looking for some deer, and we come by and seen this cow stuck in the soup pond here, and we tried to call Fish and Wildlife, and they said that they couldn't do anything about it, so he looked up Magoffin Rescue Squad, and we give them a call.
Crews had apparently cleaned out some sort of a pond or holding area and just dumped all the silt and muck on top of the ridge to the point of about 3, 4, 5 feet in depth over to the side of the road, and the cow had wandered in it and had no way of getting out on its own. The Magoffin County Rescue Squad and its Animal Rescue Unit, Justin Back in the lead, used some backboards and platforms to get out to the cow, used some equipment to put a harness underneath, and then we used a winch to pull the animal out. And it perhaps sounds a bit easier than it was, but nevertheless it was a successful animal rescue. Members of the Magoffin County Rescue Squad underwent large animal rescue training when the Dawkins Trail was established, realizing that there would be a lot of horses and equestrians on the trail. Fortunately, they've not had to use that training on the trail, but they have saved, well, as you saw just weeks ago, a dog from a precarious position some 80 to 90 feet in a tree. The dog, of course, sadly died about a day later or so, but they've also saved a cat, 3 horses thus far, and some other animals that I just can't recall at this time. And many of those same rescue personnel, along with ambulance and law enforcement personnel, responded to this 2-car crash, a serious collision on 460 West out of Sayersville this afternoon, shortly after noon or so. Law enforcement investigating as I'm told they believe the Mustang was traveling east when it collided with a pickup truck carrying a trailer, or with a trailer in tow. Police believe that the driver of the Mustang lost control on a rain-slickened road and struck the truck, as you can see, nearly head-on, the car then turning a complete 180 degrees. Inside the truck there were 2 men, no serious injuries reported from either. The driver of the Mustang was a 19-year-old, possibly out of Pike County, was out of the vehicle upon arrival of the Magafa County Rescue Squad. He did sustain some light injuries, minor injuries, but was taken by ambulance to an area hospital. Injuries believed to be non-life-threatening. The Magafa County Sheriff's Department, and as I'm seeing for the first time with you, Jonathan Holbrook appears to be working the accident. Now, not to toot the old personal horn, mind you, but where else could you have gone today and all of that news, certainly with all of that detail? Nope, nowhere. On to your Licking Valley RECC forecast. It's not all that bad. It's just not all that sunny or dry. There are dry spots, though. One brief sunny spot. 53 cloudy, scattered showers tonight. A low of 59 again tomorrow night, after we should see around 71 for your daytime high on Saturday. As for the showers, I'll right now go middle of the road and say a 50% chance of some scattered showers tomorrow throughout much of the day and afternoon, down to 20% by tomorrow night. Sunday, we do have a chance of showers that's increased just a bit from 24 hours ago. Right now, a 20% chance of some showers during the morning and afternoon, 30 by that night. But still, there's going to be partly sunny skies throughout much of your Sunday, and temperatures are going to push way up into the mid-70s at around 76, maybe even 77 for some of us. And, of course, that warm air out and ahead of, as usually when you see a temperature spike like that, out and ahead of a cold front. A couple of those in our forecast period that we've been talking about now for a few days. And this one will take us from 76 on Sunday to about 79 on your Monday. And it also gives us a likelihood of showers on your Monday. Don't be surprised if we don't see a few thunderstorms as well. 69 and 53, your high and low. Tuesday, temperatures continue to fall at about the same rate, down to 62. And Tuesday, we're still going to be stuck with a likelihood of showers as well. First 2 days of the week look wet and getting cooler by the hour. 62, 43 for your high, your low. Wednesday, that downward trend continues. Almost another 10 degrees, 53, 37. That's more like it, I suppose. And we also still have a 20% chance of some showers into your Wednesday, with that daytime high struggling to get to the mid-50s. And I think we might stay in the mid-50s for a couple of days thereafter. Reminder, don't like saying it, you know how I feel about it, but it's time to set those old clocks back this weekend. That's right. We're falling back on Saturday night before you go to bed. We're going to lose a lot. That hour of daylight in the evening, it's almost dark when I get out of here at 7 o'clock right now, and most certainly will be from this point forward for the next, of course, few months. But that's just the way it is. No point in complaining about it, but I guess I did, didn't I? Nevertheless, set those clocks back, and we'll see you back here for more weather and, of course, local news next week. And with all of that covered, thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of the program. We hope you have a wonderful weekend, albeit warm and a little bit wet at times. And we hope you'll join us back here next week for more exclusive news and coverage that you're just not going to find simply put anywhere else. Thank you for watching. Good night and good weekend.